game-day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
Bowen. Join Matt and me on our podcast, Las Culturistas,
where we talk to Nicole Kidman,
Kristen Wiig,
and so many more.
Download and listen on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
President Trump has shown you are safer when strong leaders stand with law enforcement. That's why, as governor, Vivek Ramaswamy will partner with police to uphold our laws, keep dangerous criminals behind bars, and protect your family. Law enforcement knows Vivek has their back. That's why 65 Ohio sheriffs endorsed him, including Sheriff Stephen Lavornchek.
Safe streets don't just happen. They happen when criminals know tough leaders are in charge. Ohio law enforcement supports Vivek Ramaswamy because, like President Trump, Vivek supports us. Vivek will empower police to arrest violent criminals quickly and decisively, putting trained resource officers in every school and restoring law and order statewide, so our families feel secure in our homes and communities. Vivek's proudly endorsed by President Trump and Ohio law enforcement. Join us in supporting Vivek Ramaswamy.
Lower costs, bigger paychecks, better schools. Vivek Ramaswamy for governor.
Paid for by Vivek Ramaswamy and Rob McCauley for Ohio.
Let's check in on some scores from around the country. Here's your scoreboard, powered by G&J Pepsi Cola bottlers. Local products, global brands.
Once again, back in Philadelphia, it is Miami set to take on the Tennessee Volunteers. Checking Pepsi scoreboard here. Yesterday's games, how about Duke? They win 71-65 over Siena. Siena gave Duke all they could handle in that one. Number 1 Michigan in the Midwest region. They beat the number 16 Howard seed 101-80. It was Houston winning over Idaho 78-47. 92-67 Michigan State a winner. Illinois advances with a 105-70 victory over Penn. It was Gonzaga 73, Kennesaw State 64. Nebraska knocked off Troy 76-47. Arkansas, they beat Hawaii 97-78. High Point, they beat the Badgers from Wisconsin 83-82. Vanderbilt, a 10-point winner over at McNeese State. South Florida, they're a loser to Louisville 83-79. VCU, meanwhile, they beat North Carolina 82-78. Texas, winner on Tuesday night in a play-in game in Dayton. They come back to beat BYU in the first round 79-71. It was Texas and A&M beating St. Mary's 63-50. TCU, meanwhile, knocked off Ohio State 66-64. And St. Louis, they were a winner 102-77. Today's action at halftime, Tennessee State and Iowa State are getting together. And it's Iowa State with a lead of 55-29 as mentioned at the break. How about this? Alabama leading the number 13 seed Hofstra at halftime, 37-35. Still to come, 4:10 start. It is Utah State and Villanova getting together. In Iowa and Clemson will meet in the South region. 6:50 tip there. Northern Iowa and St. John's play at 7:10. And also that's in the East region there. UCLA, meanwhile, in the East region, they will face University of Central Florida. That's right here, in fact, in Philadelphia. Purdue, the number 2 seed, they face Queens University. That's in the West region. That game will start at 7:35. Prairie View A&M, they take on number 1 Florida at 9:25 in the South region there. California Baptist faces Kansas. Furman, meanwhile, they take on UConn, and that game will be here a little bit later on as well. Missouri and the Miami Hurricanes will play at 10:10 in the West region. And final scores here: Arizona 92, Long Island University 92-58. The Wildcats win. Virginia knocked off Wright State here in Philly, 82-73. Akron, they were beaten by 20 points, 91-71. Texas Tech got them. And Kentucky, they got a gift. Threw one in from long range to tie it up to send it over into overtime. A 3-point banged in shot that they go to overtime. It beat Santa Clara 89-84. So look at a Pepsi scoreboard. When we return, we'll sit down with Rick Barnes, head coach to the Tennessee Volunteers. After this on the Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started, but you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
CJM Construction is dedicated to quality construction, remodeling, and renovations with contractors you can rely on. We're a family-owned company located in Richmond, Indiana, servicing residential and commercial clients surrounding Miami University, including Indiana and Ohio. We take pride in working side by side with our customers to turn visions and ideas into reality. For more information, visit CJM Construction online, cjm-construction.com. CJM Construction, proud partners of Miami University Athletics.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
Bowen. Join Matt and me on our podcast, Las Culturistas,
where we talk to Nicole Kidman,
Kristen Wiig,
and so many more.
Download and listen on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-672-7070. That's 1-800-672-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-672-7070. That's 1-800-672-7070.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
The E&H Ace Hardware Tip-Off Show. Let's get ready for some Miami basketball.
Back in Philadelphia, first-round action in March Madness, and Tennessee head coach Rick Barnes joining us. First of all, Coach, thanks for taking the time to sit down with us here.
Sure, absolutely. Good to be with you.
All right. Miami wins over SMU, and here we are in Philly, a new season for both teams. You know, it gets tougher as you get into this NCAA tournament.
It is, but, a lot of credit to Miami and for the great year they have. I've told everybody, when you win 30-plus games, it says a lot about your character. It says a lot about your coaching. It says a lot about your players, a lot about your mental toughness. And they played great against SMU, obviously, and really liked the way they played. Really sound, shoot the ball, obviously, but there's so much more than that.
Coach, the SEC, a very difficult conference to navigate. It prepares you for this type of situation, doesn't it?
It does. The physicality, obviously, in our league. But when you get into this tournament, when you really have a two-game tournament, a four-team tournament right here this weekend, this tournament has proven that anything can happen. Now we know every seed is beating 6 teams beating a one and all the way down, really. And you've got to be ready to play. And certainly, it's not a time where you're not playing good basketball, but we'll never take for granted to get here. It's hard to get to this tournament, but we're just one of the teams that will love to play as long as we can play.
All right, you got a very talented guard in Jacoby Gillespie. Guy certainly hasn't disappointed you guys at all this year.
He's been terrific. We put way too much on him. We were hoping to get a little bit more consistency with our guard play overall, but Jacoby's been the stellar guy that we, and again, more than we probably thought, but he's had a great year.
How about Nate Ament? This guy's been, as a freshman, he's just outstanding.
Yeah, Nate's had a great year. It's unfortunate he turned that ankle, and it won't be totally right until he gets some time away from this. It's a high ankle sprain, but he's extremely tough-minded and a high-level competitor, and he'll do everything he can, obviously, this time of year to hope that we can play good basketball.
Yeah, and at this time of year, freshmen usually, their season's over a year ago, but boy, it continues here.
Well, again, the one thing about it with him being hurt, he has got to rest a little bit more than normal, and we just obviously we don't want him to come on the court and press too much because he hasn't been able to get the reps he would normally like to have. But it is what it is right now. We just got to make the most of it.
Offensive rebounding, you guys lead the country, and that is huge. And that is something that, Miami in the MAC tournament, they gave up 24 offensive rebounds to UMass. And, that is big time as far as, misses off the glass.
Well, they won the game with their offensive rebound the other night against SMU. They did an incredible job running down those, but it'll be again. I wish we didn't have to get so many of them. We missed too many shots, really. But the fact is, we need to convert more of those if we can't get them. But I thought again, Miami did a great job keeping SMU off the glass.
All right, keys for your ball club against Miami.
Transition defense is always important. It's always the first thing we put up because Miami's a team that if you give them that opportunity in the open court, they can hurt you, obviously, with their walk-up threes, and got great movement, great spacing. So we've got to get back, and we've got to really try to do a great job trying to guard them, stay in front of them because they run great concepts. They do a lot of good things. They really do. And then we take care of the ball, and then we've got to hopefully make some buckets.
Coach, it was a pleasure sitting down and talk to you. Good luck. Have fun.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Rick Barnes, head coach of the Tennessee Volunteers, has been with us. When we return, we'll have Travis Steele in your Courtyard by Marriott check-in on the Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
Okay, people. We all know what's at stake in this game. Zoe, what's at stake?
Our futures.
Our futures. And is anything going to keep us from achieving our goal?
No way.
Because what do we have?
The plan.
Ohio's 529 plan. Because in this family, how do we play the college savings game?
Tax-free.
And where do we play it?
I don't know, Daddy.
That's okay, Pumpkin.
Want to win at college savings? Go to collegeadvantage.com/redhawks.
Miami fans, what do your Redhawks and the Century 21 team at Thacker & Associates have in common? They are committed to being at their championship best each and every day. That's the kind of team you want in your huddle and the team you want in your corner when you're in the market to buy or sell a home. For all your real estate needs, give Andrea Mayer a call at 513-334-9548. Century 21, Thacker & Associates, is proud to be the official real estate brokerage of Miami University Athletics.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying a new car, make sure the AM/FM is simple, clear, and convenient.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots?
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Enjoying a healthy dinner that tastes great means eating out at a pricey restaurant, right? Wrong. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers are delicious and healthy. The Tray and Tray steam technology delivers crisp veggies and tender protein in tasty selections, like Healthy Choice Simply Steamers grilled chicken and broccoli Alfredo. It's a satisfying meal with 28 grams of protein and nothing artificial. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers. What having it all tastes like.
It's time for your Courtyard by Marriott check-in. Let's check in with the boss, head coach Travis Steele.
Once again, back in Philadelphia, Miami set to take on Tennessee. Travis Steele joining us with your Courtyard by Marriott check-in. The other night, last Wednesday night, you guys seemed to play with an edge that, made you happy in there. You got a big win.
Yeah, I think our guys, they obviously love to play on that stage, the bright lights. NCAA tournament doesn't get any bigger than that, and it's what you dream of as a little kid, being a part of it, and I'm just really glad our guys are able to experience it. But I love the edge that we played with, the swagger we played with, and the belief right from the jump.
You certainly had a great home crowd there for you, didn't you?
Man, it was incredible. Best NCAA tournament atmosphere I've ever been a part of. I've been a part of some good ones, but that was the best. I mean, I'm just so appreciative of our fans showing out.
All right, only 4 turnovers in that game. You guys were 16 of 41 from 3, and you were able to get those shots off because you didn't turn it over.
Yeah, no, we took care of the ball. We made great decisions. Our spacing was great. I thought we made the right reads, played off of 2 feet, kept our space, maintained our space throughout the possession, and had them constantly in scramble mode. And our guys caught the shoot. When you catch the shoot like that, man, you shoot with confidence.
All right, it was a physical game, and this one is going to be the same way today.
Yeah, it's football with no helmets and pads, man. It's Rick Barnes' teams have a real identity. They're the number 1 offensive rebounding team in the country. They put 2 bigs down there in the paint, the whole possession, and they're positioned to get that offensive rebound pretty darn well. So we got to block them out. We got to gang rebound all 5 guys. And then on the other end, they play with physicality defensively. They're going to try to pressure us, be physical with us, hold us, and we have to play through that physicality.
They have some guys they can throw it inside to, but the guy that really makes them go is Jacoby Gillespie, outstanding point guard.
Yeah, he's tremendous. Got a lot of experience. He was a star at Belmont, star at Maryland, and now he's obviously at Tennessee in his home state. He's the engine for them, man. He pushes the pace. He gets paint touches. He shoots it. He scores it. Play makes. Does a lot for those guys. So we got. It's going to take all 5 guys to hold him in check.
And beside him is Nate Ament, outstanding player at the guard position as well.
6'10" at the guard position, and he's a freshman. He's an NBA guy and very, very skilled. And we got to get underneath him and make him uncomfortable. But he's a really talented young man. So, and then they got the bigs inside, Estrella, Akpara. They're big. Man, they're big and strong. They look like a football team out there. Chuck Martin would like those guys.
Yeah, I watched them practice yesterday. Yes, you're right. They're big, and they're all bigger than me, that's for sure. Quickly, the keys for you guys to come out with a win.
I think number 1, can we limit them on their offensive rebounding, right? If we can limit them to 1 shot, that's going to be a huge deal. And then if we have less than 10 turns, those 2 things, I think we'll put ourselves in a very good position to win the game.
It's always a pleasure. Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you.
All right, Travis Steele's been our guest here. In our pregame show, it's Miami and Tennessee up next on the Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
This has been the E&H Ace Hardware Countdown to Tip-Off. E&H Ace Hardware, locally operated, family-owned. Coming up next, first half action from the arena. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota in Fairfield.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting. Just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
Bowen. Join Matt and me on our podcast, Las Culturistas,
where we talk to Nicole Kidman,
Kristen Wiig,
and so many more.
Download and listen on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait. If I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots?
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
From the bricks of Oxford to the banks of the Ohio, 21-time Mid-American Conference champions. This is Miami Redhawks basketball. Miami basketball is brought to you by E&H Ace Hardware, locally operated, family owned. Performance Toyota and Performance Honda in Fairfield. We'll put a smile on your face. Kroger. Head to Kroger for more ways to save. Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and TriHealth, the region's most...
Once again, back in Philadelphia, Miami set to take on the Tennessee Volunteers. Let's check your Century 21 Thacker & Associates keys to a Miami win. Obviously, rebounding. This Tennessee team leads the nation in rebounding. They can't turn it over and be able to get out and run and knock down some shots in transition. That's a look at your Century 21 Thacker & Associates keys to a Miami win. Checking the starting lineups, brought to you by LaRosa's. First for Tennessee, Jacoby Gillespie is from Greenville, Maryland. 6'1", 188-pound senior, 18 points a game and 3 boards. Bishop Boswell is a guard from Charlotte, North Carolina, 6'4", 204. 6 points a game, 4 rebounds. Nate Ament, I believe he's in there, 6'10", 207 freshman from Manassas, Virginia, 17 points a game, 7 rebounds. J.P. Estrella is from Scarborough, Maine, 6'11", 240 redshirt sophomore, 10 points a game, 5 rebounds. Felix Akpara, 6'11", 243 senior from Lagos, Nigeria. And we're going to get to the Miami starting lineups here in just a moment. It is going to be Woolfolk and Boswell to jump center. Ball is in the air, brought to you by Skyline Chili, and it is going to belong to Tennessee on the opening tip. Volunteers have it. They kick it out front to Boswell. Now along the right wing, it will go to Ament. On him is Elmer. And it's tapped away from him, and Ian has come up with a steal to start this game. Off it goes to Skowczyk across the timeline. Suter passed up, Byers passed up to 3, now to Suter. Byers is going to launch a very long 3 and nail it. Good start. A steal and a 3. Miami leads this one 3-0. Just underway here in Philadelphia. Ament has it out front. On him is Elmer. Into the hands of Boswell. They lob it underneath. That's what they do. They get into the paint. And that is an easy one for Akpara. 3-2 game. Miami back with it. Woolfolk hands off to Elmer. He will go right side to Suter. He rises for a 3-pointer. And it is good. Miami with a 6-2 lead to start this one off. They have had great looks at it, and they have cashed in. Tennessee back with it. Ament on the left wing. Free throw line extended. Goes back out front to Boswell. On him is Skowczyk. Over to Estrella. One bounce and right back into the hands of Boswell. They'll lob it again, and there's another dunk. Akpara got it, and it's 6-4. Miami coming to help, and that is leaving Akpara wide open underneath the basket. Off it goes to Woolfolk. Now to Elmer. Byers passed up a 3 that time. He got down along the baseline. His fall away is up and good. Byers with 5 points in the game. Miami's lead is 8-4. Back with it, Tennessee, and they throw it out of bounds. Went right past Estrella. That was Ament trying to bounce one into him on the low block. 18:03 remaining in the first half. Miami with an 8-4 lead. Redhawks walking up. Red and white uniforms today versus the Tennessee Volunteers. That's going to be a over and back. Yep, hit off the knee of Skalzik. Not a good pass right there for him to handle. Let's go to the Volunteers. That's going to be the first turnover of the day so far for Miami. Working to the right goes Gillespie. Into the hands of Amit. They'll go to Australia, I should say. And Amit driving, missed, tapped up in. That is good by Estrella. 8-6 game, Miami leads. Skalzik driving his way in. Now the fall away is good by Skalzik. 10-6 Miami. Oh, Byers hit the deck just now, and that should be a foul on Boswell, and it is. That was a little violent, to be honest with you. Rick Barnes not happy with it across the way, but it was certainly a foul. They ran right over him. Redhawks with a 10-6 lead. Taken out of bounds, and Tennessee coming with a little bit of token pressure. They'll get it into Elmer. Ian will take across the timeline. Working to the right side. He's going to rise for a three. That's an air ball. A little bit rushed. He was 6 of 9 on Wednesday. And before this one's over, he'll find the range. 17:05 remaining in the first half. Miami with a 10-6 lead. Tennessee back with it. Adelson up off the bench and set to check in at the next stoppage of play. Inside to go, and a ball tapped away from Estrella, and he is going to be fouled. He missed on his first attempt, and he got his own rebound, and that's what they do. Offensive rebounding. They average 16 of them a game. Estrella is going to go to the line to shoot 2. He is 67% on the year. Let me see who they called that foul on. I'm sorry there, David.
It was on Brent Byers.
Byers picks up his first, team's first.
The live stats are down as well, so they're not working anywhere on any scoreboard.
Yeah, we were trying to get him to come up here, but
yeah,
we'll get him.
The NCAA at its finest.
Yep. Free throw put up, both of them made by Estrella. It is a 10-8 game, and Miami throws it away.
Luke is saying Tennessee touched the ball, but the referees do not agree.
Well, it's something that they can look at on the iPad over there on the Miami bench to try and challenge the call. A little early for that, though.
That might not be working either. I don't know.
That might not be. You're right. Gillespie got it in the corner, and it's tapped away from him by Suter. It is a 10-8 game. Miami leads. 16:48 remaining. Here in the first half, Skalzik's going to go out, and freshman Trey Perry is going to check in. Woolfolk also hitting the Miami bench, and Omar Atlason in. Into the hands of Gillespie. Goes around the screen, comes down the lane, lays it off the window. Good. And we are tied at 10. Suter walking it up. Now goes to Atlason, right back to Suter. 16:31 remaining in the first half. Off it goes to Perry. Trey gives it up to Atlason straight away. And Elmer coming to the rescue now out near the timeline. Atlason, he's going to rise for a three, and it is good. That's long distance. Miami's dialed up 3 of them early in this game. They lead at 13-10. Gillespie picks up the bounce into the hands of Atpara. Right back to Atpara. Out front, Boswell on the left wing. Perry on him. Gillespie coming over a screen. Kicks it into the left corner. Boswell with a three. It is off the mark, and it's boarded out by Elmer. Miami on the attack, and that's going to be a walking or bounce. Double dribble did Ian Elmer.
He just changed his mind midway through dribble and cost him.
We got a break in the action here in Philadelphia. It is Miami leading Tennessee 13-10 on a Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
Did you know that your waste helps provide energy to local homes? At Rumkey's Regional Landfill, we are harnessing the power of decomposing trash to provide natural gas to more than 30,000 homes and businesses. Pretty cool, right? Rumkey is even running garbage trucks off the natural gas. It's just one of the many ways Rumkey helps keep the community clean and green. Learn more about Rumkey's commitment to sustainability at rumkey.com. Rumkey, waste and recycling done right.
As proud corporate sponsors of Miami University Athletics, Crown Charter proudly provides group transportation with clean, late model equipment and modern amenities, including Wi-Fi internet and electric outlets. Crown Charter can handle all your transportation needs, including high school and collegiate sports travel, corporate outings, or casino trips. To get there safely and in style, call Crown Charter at 866-276-0581. That's 866-276-0581. Or visit them at bgtky.com. Crown Charter, they're ready to go. Are you?
Did you know that we'll pick up and return your vehicle at no additional charge when you service with Performance Honda? One of the best ways to keep your car running smooth and safe is to conduct regularly scheduled maintenance. At Performance Honda, we make things a breeze with a free video inspection sent to your phone where you approve and pay. No-cost diagnostic test for the first hour and free wheel alignment check. With factory-trained technicians and 0% service repair financing available, you'll get more on Route 4 with Performance Honda in Fairfield. Schedule service at performancehondastore.com.
Back in Philadelphia, Miami with a 13-10 lead over the Tennessee Volunteers. Folks, this broadcast of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the NCAA through Westwood One. It is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Well, the Redhawks have come out and shot it well to start this game. 5 of 6 from the field overall. They are 3 of 4 from the land of 3. They've got 3 assists, 1 steal, and have collected 1 rebound, but they've also turned it over 3 times for Tennessee. They likewise have committed 3 turnovers, 4 of 6 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Pretty good start there for Miami, David Saylor.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say about those 3 turnovers is that pretty careless ones on our side.
They were.
It's one thing if it's a live ball turnover and you're trying something, but they were just kind of a little nonchalant for Travis. I know he wanted that number below 10 for the game to win, and we're at 3 already, so we gotta tighten that up.
You got to tighten that up. You're right. Today's action brought to you by LaRosa's. LaRosa's in Oxford. Sponsor of Miami Athletics for over a decade. Get great pizza and more at LaRosa's close by on Lynn Street. Tennessee has the ball. Miami up by 3, 13-10. They work it down to the right side. Now checking in is going to be Amari Evans. Had it momentarily, gave it up to Boswell. On him is Perry. Now he picks up the bounce, goes to Gillespie. Gillespie's going to rise, shoot a 3, and knock it in. That was from long range, and it was over Ian Elmer. Tied at 13, 15-20 remaining in the first half. Off it goes to Elmer. He is guarded out there by Akpara. Ian putting it on the floor, trying to cross over, getting into the paint, kicks it back out. Justin Kirby now also out there for the Redhawks. Touched it momentarily. Off to Perry. Trey will drive into the paint. He kicks it out. Elmer launches a 3, and that's going to be short. Rebounded, though, by Perry. Here's Atlason, NBA range 3, and that is no good. Akpara got the rebound. Tennessee on the attack. Gillespie has it. To the right side. Crossover dribble. Got into the lane. Fires it into the corner. That is going to be no good. It's an air ball. And it's knocked out of bounds. And I think Akpara, check that. That is Jalen Carey who is checked in.
And any missed shot, the ball goes out of bounds, it's our ball, it's a good thing, right? Any chance to not let an offensive rebound happen is good.
And he gets it in to Perry. Off it goes to Allison. We're at 14:33 remaining in the first half. And a whistle and a foul will be called. That is going to go against Amari Evans. It's going to be his first team second.
tell you, Miami's really got to get something going to the basket. So far, it's been a lot of long jump shots, contested stuff. While watching our offense, we get good cuts, back cuts, layups. We haven't got any of that tonight so far.
Perry driving down the lane, little head fake, step back, and he can't get it to roll in. Maybe should have gone maybe a little stronger to the rim right there. Fell back on the jumper. This is Amit with the ball out front. Crossover dribble against Suter. Nice job by Pete to cut him off. Amit has it. He will drive to the lane. That's going to be a block. Yep, going to be tough to get by with that one. That is Suter first. Going to be the team's second. 14:06 remaining in the first half, and game tied at 13. Playmaker's going to be Boswell, left side of the Tennessee basket along the baseline. Finally ready after we tuck the shirt in. Boswell looking, gets it in. It's going to be Evans had it momentarily. Gives it right back up to Gillespie. Good heads right there by Atlason. Gillespie gave it up. Right back to Gillespie. Oh, he gets down into the lane. He goes into the far corner. Shot is up, and it is made over there by Boswell. 39% three-point shooter on the season. Able to knock that one in. 16-13 game, Tennessee. Suter working to the right. Now gives it off to Byers. And Byers had it knocked away from him. He's able to regain possession. 14 on the shot clock. Atlason picks up his dribble. Off to Byers. Byers is launching an air ball. That's not a good shot right there.
Everything so far from the basket.
Everything is a long way from the basket. Good point there. Skowjic checking back in. Perry will go to the Miami bench. 13:20 remaining in the first half. Volunteers 16, Redhawks 13. Working to the right side again with the offense, and they step out of bounds. That's Boswell. Took the handoff from Gillespie and started to come back out on the wing and stepped on the side court. Turnover for the Volunteers. That's number 4. Miami back with it. Suter into the lane. Puts it up with the left hand. Could not get it to roll in. Went in and challenged Carey, but could not get it to roll. And on the fast break, that's going to be a walking call. That will be whistled against Boswell. That's 2 straight for him.
I like Peter attacking the basket, though, in the last possession. That's what we need more of. I know he didn't finish, but it was a good play.
Hey, you got to try it. Look at that. Look at those stats over there.
There they are.
Yeah, they were up there. Now we have them here. Thank you so much. All right. Suter walking it up. 12:54 remaining first half. Tennessee up by 3. 16-13. They run a backdoor cut. Atlas couldn't get it to.
Good thought, though. Good thought.
And Antoine Woolfolk now checking back in. Brant Byers will take a seat. We'll reset the shot clock to 20 after the kick ball. Skowjic's a playmaker along the baseline, right side of the Miami basket. Slaps his hands together, gets it into Suter, and that's a reverse layup. He got inside Ethan Berg, who has checked in, and Suter now with 5 points in the game. 16-15 ball game. We're at 12:35 remaining in the first half. Working it around to the top of the circle goes Evans, back to Gillespie. Now Evans stepping through traffic, and that's an easy jumper. Maybe got away with a little traveling right there.
I was going to say, that was a bit of a Euro step. I don't know.
That was a long one.
Yeah.
Skowjic across the timeline, working to the left. He steps around traffic. Is that a Euro? No, that's going to be a walk down at the other end.
They didn't give him the Euro. They gave it to Tennessee, but not on the other end.
And turnover number 4 for Miami. Tennessee's had 5. And this game's been plagued early on with TOs. Gillespie walking it up. Now on him is the freshman Kirby. Shakes and bakes, goes right side, gives it up into the hands of Evans. Now to Amit, right back to Evans. Being guarded by Suter. Picked up the bounce. Now this is Amit. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded out by Skowjic. One shot that time for Tennessee. Luke has it to the top of the circle, goes right side, a three put up, another air ball, shot by Atlason. 18-15 game, Tennessee by 3. Amit had it knocked out of his hands, picked up by Evans on the left wing. Gillespie, long range, and it's good. Man, you have to cover him up. He has shot 265 of them coming into today's play. Made 88 of them. Atlason to Woolfolk. Miami down 21-15. Skowczyk working into the lane. Head fake, step back, can't get it. Rebounded out, Gillespie. He's on the run. And he gets down into the paint, lays it up, count it. Travis Steele's going to have to take a timeout. 23-15. It is an 8-point advantage. Tennessee. 11:03 remaining in the first half. We'll return to Philadelphia after this on a Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
TriHealth and Beacon Orthopedics have teamed up to create the most comprehensive sports medicine program in the tri-state. You don't have to be a Miami athlete to receive the very best orthopedic care in the region. Now, everyone from high school, college, and pro athletes to fans like us can receive expert orthopedic care for everything from minor injuries to major surgeries. Learn more and schedule an appointment today at trihealth.com/beacon. Proud healthcare providers of Miami Athletics.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
Enjoying a healthy dinner that tastes great means eating out at a pricey restaurant, right? Wrong. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers are delicious and healthy. The tray and tray steam technology delivers crisp veggies and tender protein in tasty selections, like Healthy Choice Simply Steamers grilled chicken and broccoli Alfredo. It's a satisfying meal with 28 grams of protein and nothing artificial. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers. What having it all tastes like.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Let's get back in Philly. It is Tennessee 23 and Miami 15. I'm Terry Bridge. Glad to have you along with us here this afternoon. David Saylor, athletic director, also sitting in with me here again today. Miami started off pretty good, knocking down some shots, but kind of been settling a little bit after what they made their first three-pointers.
It almost looked like Tennessee wanted us to prove we could shoot, even though we all know we can. And we made some early, and then they really started coming out and contesting. Everything starting really high out past the three-point line. The key is to get some shots inside, make them fear our drive, and then you can always kick out for the three. That's where Miami really thrives.
Well, the Redhawks send out there after the timeout. Pete Suter, Luke Skowczyk, Ian Elmer, Antoine Woolfolk, and Brad Byers back to the original starting 5. Today's contest is brought to you in part by your neighborhood Skyline Chili, famous for those incredibly delicious 3-ways and cheese conies. Feeling good, it is Skyline time. Anytime's good time for Skyline. 11:03 remaining in half number 1. Earlier today, Wright State was beaten by Virginia, and Raiders hung in there for quite some time, but it got under that 5-minute mark, and Virginia really stepped it up on the defensive end. All right, Redhawks bringing it up. It's going to be Skowczyk working against Gillespie. Luke gives it up to Suter out near the timeline. Boy, everything is way out here where Miami is starting their offense. Luke finding Suter, left side. He will drive down the lane, backed up, and that's a 2. Just had, I think, his toes on that three-point line, but it is a 2-pointer. Miami needed that basket big time. Gillespie out front. On him is Elmer. 23-17. Gillespie coming down the paint, kicks it back out. Amit will get into the lane. Goes out to Berg. He maybe got away with a travel. Gillespie, this is a long-range three again. No good. Rebounded underneath by Woolfolk.
Nice rebound, Antoine.
Yes, had great position underneath there on Estrella. Suter gives it up now to Elmer straight away. Even 10 minutes remaining in the first half. 23-17. Miami trails. Off to Suter. Checked out Woolfolk, and he lost it. Trying to spin move down into the paint. Had it in the left hand. It got away from him. Tennessee picks up the ball. That is Miami's fifth turnover of the game. Out front is Ethan Berg. Picks up the bounce. Goes right side to Amit. Amit right back to Berg. They'll swing it around. Miami in the zone. Off to Evans. Baseline. And that's going to be short. Boarded out by Miami.
Boy, Branch just let him shoot that. And I guess that maybe that's why.
Fires working right side. Grant gets down into the lane and can't knock it in. Boy, he had a great look at it there, but just could not knock it in over Evans. Out it goes to Amit. Tennessee back on the attack. Underneath it goes to Estrella, and they're going to call a late foul there. They will call that on Woolfolk. That's going to be his first, team's third. Miami had a steal. Estrella tried to go cross court on that, and Ian Elmer was right there to intercept it.
That was a really late call. Late call.
23-17. Volunteers over the Red Hawks. We will return to Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia after this on the Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
There are lots of ways to make Skyline part of your game plan. You can pregame with friends in 5 ways at your favorite Skyline, or carry out conies to crush during the game. And Skyline is the only place for post-game Cholitos and chili cheese fries. Football, basketball, baseball, or soccer. High school, college, or pro. Doesn't matter. Game time is always a good time for Skyline. So get your game face on and get your Skyline game plan together. Feeling good. It's Skyline time.
Sheet metal workers. Smart Local 24 is hiring journey persons and apprentices for metal standing seam roof, copper work, custom weld and metal fabrication, and HVAC installers. Total compensation, including benefits, is over $62 per hour for journey persons and over $37 per hour for apprentices. The best benefits include full family health insurance, vision, dental, and multiple retirement plans. Apply at sheetmetalcareer.com. That's sheetmetalcareer.com. Join Local 24 today.
Braun Heating and Air Conditioning has proudly been serving the greater Cincinnati area for over 35 years. Our reliable HVAC professionals provide individualized options that best fit your heating and cooling needs. As a family-owned business, we want to take care of your home's HVAC needs. We know how important exceptional customer service is, and we strive to give our customers nothing but the best. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your home or commercial offices will be treated with the utmost respect when you hire Braun Heating and Air Conditioning.
(23-17) game. Tennessee on top of Miami Red Hawks. And looking at some stats here, Miami is 7 of 16 from the field, good for 44%. Tennessee checking in at 9 of 15, 60% from the land of three. Each team has made three. Miami's 3 of 8, and the Volunteers are 3 of 6. One concern coming into this game was rebounding. Miami's doing okay in that category, only being out-rebounded 9-6. Folks, LaRosa's in Oxford is your home for Hawk Talk, presented by Ohio's Files Tonight plan. Hawk Talks will take place on Thursdays, starting at noon for the spring semester. Tune in to Miami Redhawks on Facebook Live as we get all the inside scoop on Red Hawks sports. To see the season schedule, go to MiamiRedhawks.com/Hawk Talk. Got to get some O going here again.
Yeah, I mean, 9 for 15 for Tennessee shooting. That's pretty strong start for them. If water can find its level, as Travis said, we'll get back in this game.
Yeah, I think we will. Gillespie has knocked down a couple of three-pointers out here, and everything else has been inside the paint. In fact, 2 of their makes have been slam dunks.
And you knew some of that was going to happen, right? Just the size and the...
Well, you have to come over and help when
That's
it's
right.
on the opposite side of the block, opposite side of the lane. And then that backside's wide open.
What's more concerning a little bit is the offense not being able to get things up at the rim for us. And, Ian Elmer hasn't been able to score yet. Luke's been pretty limited. We need to get our guys going.
And Jacoby Gillespie, the playmaker, left side of the basket of Tennessee along the baseline. He will throw it into the backcourt deep to Boswell. Right back to Gillespie, and he's fouled. Got the basket. They're going to call that on Woolfolk, I think. Now, Gillespie does get away with a little bit of forearm out there, but I think Antoine has picked up number 2. Woolfolk picks up his second, team's fourth. Count the basket for Gillespie, and he fires up the free throw and in. He has been outstanding for Tennessee so far. And you expect that from him. Averages 18 points a game, 5 assists. Woolfolk off the shooter, 26-17. Miami trails. 8:53 remaining in the first half. Out to Elmer. He's trying to spin one up, and that's an air ball. That's the third one of the day for Miami. Tennessee pushing the Miami offense out the long distance. Gillespie has it left side. Will lob it down low by Hawkberry. He kicks it back out to Boswell. Right back in the hands of Gillespie. Start their offense over out near the timeline. Skowzik's on him. There's a hedge by Woolfolk. They'll kick it over for a three-pointer. Shot no good. That should have been a foul on Boswell. No call. Miami got the rebound, but they throw it away. And stepping through traffic and lobbing it up for the slam. And to Estrella was Gillespie. And it's 28-17. Miami down by 11. Even 8 minutes remaining. Byers right side, Skowzik. Off to Byers. This is a long three. No good. Boarded out by Estrella. Miami's getting one shot now. 3 of 10 from 3 are the Redhawks. 28-17, Miami down by 11. 7:42 remaining in half number 1. They have a wide open shooter, left corner. Berg lets it fly. Count it. That's his first points. Yeah, boy, this has become a 14-point deficit really fast for Miami. 7:25 remaining in the first half of play. Skowzik is going to be hit there as he knocked one in. Is that going to be continuation? No, they're going to call the foul on Gillespie. It's going to be his first. And the team's third. And we have another timeout on the floor. 7:20 remaining at half number 1. It's Tennessee 31, Miami 17 on a Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
You want the right piece at the right price. That's why the Furniture Fair team focuses on what really matters. It all starts with our lowest price guaranteed on all furniture and mattresses.
Then our design center can inspire your creativity and help you explore our many custom order options.
And our in-house delivery team provides a 2-hour window option that you pick.
Find exactly what you need so you can get back to what really matters with Furniture Fair.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
Discover hassle-free travel when you book your flight through Dayton International Airport. Affordable parking, shorter lines, and one easy to and through travel experience await you in Dayton. Visit flydayton.com to learn more. Dayton International Airport is the preferred airport travel partner of Miami University Athletics. Go Redhawks!
Looking to earn more with your checking account? Kimba has the answer. Get Green Checking pays you up to $45 a month. It's as simple as using your debit card, viewing e-statements, and logging into online or mobile banking. Open your account today and earn up to $45 a month with Kimba. Visit Kimba.com. That's Kemba.com. APY equals annual percent yield. Monthly based upon earning 4% APY on a daily balance of $15,000 through a 28-day qualification cycle and meeting all qualifications. Rate subject to change. Insured by NCAA.
Back in Philadelphia, 31-17 game. Tennessee on top of the Miami Redhawks. The Redhawks right now scoring drought of 3 minutes and 19 seconds. It's been a 15-2 run over 5:07 that Tennessee has been on. Folks, before you get sidelined with an injury, make sure you consult an athletic trainer who specializes in the prevention, assessment, treatment, and rehabilitation of injuries and illnesses. Athletic trainers are essential to health care. A reminder from Miami University Wellness Services Department and the National Athletic Trainers Association. You can see them on the web at nata.org during National Athletic Training Month.
Speaking of rehab, you're feeling a lot better today than you were a few days ago.
I went to the drugstore.
There you go.
Just, yesterday, in fact, and they helped me out, and I think it's better.
Yeah, you sound a lot better. You look like you're feeling better. The color's back. It's all good.
Now all we have to do is get a win.
Start scoring some points.
That's
no
right.
doubt about it.
Just have to, you can't let this thing get crazy right there before the half, and it's sort of headed that way a little bit right now. Need a basket and sit down and get some stops down at the other end. Suter trying to get it in bounds, and boy, he barely made it. Got it off to Atlason. Tennessee being very stingy right now. Atlason started to take a look at a three, and underneath it is with Byers. He had his shot rejected. Back out to Elmer, now to Atlason to Suter. Suter fakes right, goes left, now comes back down into the paint, put it up, and that's going to be a foul call. Akpara, I believe, is who they get. Going to be his first, team's fourth. Boy, Tennessee is making everything very, very difficult for Miami.
Yeah, they guard out front. They're not afraid of our drive game at this point. We got to make them pay.
Heat at the line, fires up the free throw and knocks it in. That is 8 in the game for Pete Suter.
And so far, I'd say, Pete really seems like the only one who's kind of comfortable with what he's doing out there, and his game still seems like it's translating here today. The rest have got to find it.
Both of them knocked in by Suter. 31. As soon as you said something.
Just as I said, you were doing better.
I know. Excuse me. 31-19. Shot put up in the lane by Akpara. He missed it, but Tennessee got the rebound.
They finally missed one, and we couldn't grab it.
Gillespie, right side, Amit. Launches a three, no good. Backside rebound on Akpara. And he hits a cutting Gillespie down the paint. He can't knock it in. Tennessee another rebound.
Without Antoine in there, it makes it more challenging for us,
tough,
for sure.
yes.
He's the one that can kind of physically box out in there.
Boswell to Gillespie, down to 4 on the shot clock. He gets down into the paint, reverse layup. Did not knock it in, and Byers finally rips one down for the Redhawks. A lot of opportunities there for Tennessee. Byers driving, had it stolen away. Gillespie has it, lays it off for Brown, who's going to slam it home, and he's fouled by Atlason.
I know it's easy to say sitting here, but if you're going to foul him, right? Don't let him go up and get the dunk and then also the three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, well, Brown is 6'8", 251 pounds.
Yeah, hard to stop a freight train.
Yeah, you're not going to knock it out of his hands.
Yeah.
33-19. Tennessee. First one up to complete the three-point play by Brown. He has 3 points, knocks it in. Tennessee only allows 69 points a game, so they've been getting it done defensively on the season.
Yeah, no, they're strong. That's been their calling card, is their defense and their rebounding.
15-point Tennessee lead. Atlason to Suter. Comes down into the lane, and he is going to be fouled by Boswell.
But we got to keep doing that. We got to keep attacking the basket. That's going to eventually open up the kickouts. And that's 2 on Boswell. 5:45 left in the half. See if he comes out.
Yeah, I think that Gillespie's going to get up off the Tennessee bench along with J.P. Estrella. Suter is at the line. He's made a pair of them today, and he makes his third one.
He said all the free throw attempts for us. Nobody else has been able to draw one and get to the line.
Well, we haven't been into the paint very often.
That's part of the problem.
Pete Suter, a 72% free throw shooter. He has made 3 of them and 4 of them now. Redhawks down by 13, 34-21. Gillespie back in the game, and he works it to the right side into the hands of Berg. They will lob it into Brown. Brown turns around, gives it off to Gillespie. Takes it in front of the Miami bench, now into the corner. Off to Brown and straight away to Berg. Gillespie cutting down the paint, and going to the basket was Brown, and Byers said, nope, I'm going to block this one from behind, and it went off Brown and out of bounds. Good play by Brant.
It's not just the block shot, but the fact that it went off the Tennessee player out of bounds gives us the ball as well.
Nice play by Brant Byers. Miami back with Atlason walking it across the timeline. Now goes to Suter. Fakes left, goes right, getting himself into the paint. And he puts it up with the right hand, cannot knock it in. A lot of contact down there, no call by the official. Ament with the ball out front, goes to Gillespie, rises again for a 3. It's good. That's his third one. When he's open, he will kill you. Perry, right side now to Byers. Suter fakes the 3, gives it off now to Kirby. He launches a 3-pointer, well short. Ball rebounded out by Atlason. Behind the back pass, Suter, and there's an air ball put up by Atlason, and it rolls out of bounds. That's the 4th one of the day.
Yeah, it's not just the misses. It's just awkward the way that they're coming off the hand, right? And then maybe it's the contest by Tennessee and the threat that they pose.
Down by 16 points are the Miami Redhawks with 4:39 remaining in half number 1. Well, you have to tighten it up defensively. Gillespie's been the story, though. He gets into the lane, he lobs it up, and off the window, too hard.
Good rebound by Kirby.
Yep. Justin got the rebound. Off it goes to Perry. Perry now driving into the lane. There's a head fake. He put it up with the left hand and scores.
There you go, Trey. That's a nice aggressive move to the basket.
And used a little head fake. Got the Estrella off of his feet. And he was able to knock it in. 37-23. Miami down by 14 points. 4 minutes remaining in half number 1. Berg goes to Ament, and that's going to be a foul called on Suter, I think.
Yep. Yeah, it's his second.
Be number 2 on Pete. That's number 5 on Miami. As a team, we have another timeout here in Philadelphia. Tennessee 37, Miami 23. We'll return after these words on a Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. Watch TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC.
It is like electricity flowing through your veins.
Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total non-stop action.
No one can ever be as good as this right here.
Don't miss the action of TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
Hey, it's Howie Mandel, and I am inviting you to witness history as me and my Howie Do It gaming team take on Gilly the King and Wallow 267's $1 million gaming in an epic global gaming league video game showdown. 4 rounds, multiple games, 1 winner, plus a halftime performance by multi-platinum artist Travie McCoy. Watch all the action and see who wins and advances to the championship match against Neo right now at globalgamingleague.com. That's globalgamingleague.com. Everybody game.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. Watch TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC.
It is like electricity flowing through your veins.
Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total non-stop action.
No one can ever be as good as this right here.
Don't miss the action of TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
Hey, it's Howie Mandel, and I am inviting you to witness history as me and my Howie Do It gaming team take on Gilly the King and Wallow 267's $1 million gaming in an epic global gaming league video game showdown. 4 rounds, multiple games, 1 winner, plus a halftime performance by multi-platinum artist Travie McCoy. Watch all the action and see who wins and advances to the championship match against Neo right now at globalgamingleague.com. That's globalgamingleague.com. Everybody game.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying...
Back in Philadelphia, Miami trailing Tennessee 37-23, and even 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Oxford, Ohio, folks, home of the Redhawks. Come experience the perks of the most beautiful college town in America. Visit enjoyoxford.org/do to plan your next trip. And Tennessee's going to take the ball out of bounds. It's going to be Nate Ament, the playmaker, near the Miami bench. And they get it in bounds, and there's going to be a foul called on Trey Perry.
It's not what you want to see coming out of a timeout there. I know we were trying to do a little aggressive trap, but puts him in the 1-and-1.
And 17th foul. Perry, that is number 1 on him. And it's going to be Ethan Berg, a guy you don't want to foul, 89% on the year. Sets himself, fires it up, and got it. It looked a little long when it left his hands. He is 6'3", 199-pound sophomore. Averages a couple of points a game and 1 rebound. Has 4 points in this contest, and it's going to stay at 4. Missed the second one. 38-33, Miami down by 15. 3:55 remaining, clock rolling. Here in the first half, Suter kicks it back out to Atlason. He passed up to 3, lays it off for Kirby, and Justin had it stripped away from him. Gillespie's on the run. It goes to Berg left side, now to Gillespie. Starts the drive, backs it out. 3 is up, and it's good. That's an NBA play right there.
He's not even hitting the rim.
No, that's just a step back 3. Travis Steele wanted a foul called down at the other end, and he's not going to get it. But his ball club down right now, 41-23. Too many points given up, and Miami has just been ice cold after they made their first 3 shots from the land of 3 to start this game. We do not have, this is a 30-second timeout, I would think. They brought the seats out, but
it is, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to keep it right here. 3:33 remaining in the first half. Hey, fans, join us for all the Miami men's basketball postseason games at Left Field Tavern in Oxford and Liberty Collection in Liberty Township. As an official watch party location, go Redhawks.
Well, I thought Travis was really mad at one of our players coming out of into the timeout, but he actually went right past our player and right to the referee. So
it's been a little bit physical. There's no question about it. Miami, a long way to go to get back into this one. Down 41-23. 3.5 minutes remaining. Going to be Perry going to the left side. Free throw line extended. Now bounces it back out of there. Keeps the dribble. Goes to Atlason. To Elmer. Back to Atlason, who comes down the paint. Kicks it out on the pass. That foul is not going to be in the act of shooting.
Yeah, that's when you don't want the foul, because we had a wide open kick for a 3 that went in.
Yeah, they're going to take it out of bounds. Let's see who they called that one on. That was on Oclair, I believe. His second, only the team's 6th. Perry got it into Suter in the right corner. He stepped out of bounds. Turnover for Miami, and that is 9 of them.
Travis is staring at one official down.
Yeah, the story of this game is Gillespie. 19 points.
No doubt. He's been unbelievable.
He has the ball in his hands with 3:05 remaining in half number one, 41-23. Miami trailing. Gillespie got into the lane, and he puts it up off the window. Shot no good. Estrella got the rebound, and his half hook is up and good on the next one. Offensive rebounding. 43-23. 20-point lead, and that's going to be a strip, but Berg's going to be called for a foul.
And that's the call Travis has been looking for. When we've been driving, they're hacking on the way by, and a couple times they've gotten away with it, but not there.
That is his 7th team foul, so Byers will go to the line with the 1-and-1. Brad pumps it up there, and it's good. Gaining the bonus. Redhawks down by 19 points, 43-24. Trey Perry out of the game, and coming back onto the floor is Luke Skowczyk.
Miami just 1 of 8 last field goal attempts.
Yeah, it's been tough, no question about it. But that defense right now of Tennessee has been stifling. 43-25. Tennessee back with the ball. Gillespie works left side. Kicks it back out front. That is Estrella that had it momentarily. They'll get it to Berg now. Gillespie started to shoot the three, passed it up. Estrella, they go high-low, and a shot is missed by Brown underneath. And it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to go to the Redhawks. It was actually Jalen Carey that got tied up underneath. We'll get a little basket here. Get this thing within 15-16. 2:17 remaining, half number one. Suter, he's going to shoot a step back three, and he got it to go in. Man, I don't even think he saw the rim on that.
That was a tough shot by Peter.
Oh, Estrella was out there on him.
Yes, he was.
43-28. Gillespie. One right side. They swing it all the way around to the right wing. Evans has it. Now back out. This is Berg. Couple of bounces. Right to Evans to the baseline. He is cut off there by Elmer. Trying to back his way in. It's going to be a fall-away jumper, and a tough shot is in. Amari Evans with 4 points in the game, and it's 45-28. Suter, step back three again. Fires, can't get it. Estrella got the rebound. Off it goes to Gillespie. 45-28. Tennessee leads. Off to Gillespie. Picks up the bounce, goes to Berg. They'll lob it down low. This is going to be Carey. They kick it back out to Gillespie. Rising for another three. Discount them when they come out of his hands.
It's automatic.
Automatic. And that's why they say he is definitely going to play in the league. He now has 22 in the contest. He has knocked down 5 3-pointers. And on the afternoon, so far, 5 of 6.
And they've all looked good from the minute they left his hand. It's been just...
You can't defend it any better than that. I think you get a hand in his face and the guy's shooting him for very long range. And he is knocking them in.
And they do a fantastic job running him around picks and screens, and he's really hard to guard on a lot of levels.
Well, Miami's made it pretty hard on him, but he is shooting about 5-6 feet beyond the three-point line.
Yep.
Folks, betting can happen fast, so you've got to play it cool. Set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop. If you bet, make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. Miami down by 20. 48-28. Skowczyk walking it up the floor. He is going to go to the right side. A little head fake. Step back jumper is good by Luke. That is 4 in a game for Skowczyk. 48-30, Miami down. 47 seconds remaining in the first half. Right side, Carey has it back out front. They'll go to Berg along the right. Check that. That's Berg now in the corner out to Evans.
They took Gillespie out.
No reason to keep him on the floor at this point. 4 seconds on the shot clock, and they lay it off to Estrella. That should be a shot clock violation, but it wasn't called. Suter down the paint, lays it off the window. Count the bucket there. Boy, Pete has been the savior so far in this game for Miami. He has 16 points.
Half the points.
32, or check that, 48-32. Another three put up. And that is going to get a lucky bounce and roll in. Unbelievable. Berg knocked that one down. That's his second three of the game. Boy, if that one doesn't roll down inside the hoop, kind of cut into it a little bit there. That's not the case. Berg got the three-pointer, and we're at the half in Philadelphia. It is Tennessee 51 and Miami 32. Stay with us. Our halftime show brought to you by Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And TriHealth is straight ahead on a Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yeah, hi. Every drain in my house is draining slowly. I think it's my main drain.
We are experiencing an inexplicably high volume of calls at the moment.
I can't imagine why.
If you'd like to call back when we're not so busy,
Maybe you should just give me the number for the Wright brothers.
to contact the Wright brothers, press 1.
Yes, for once you're actually helping me.
It's all there at thewrightbrothers.com.
I should have gone there first.
Yes, they'll clear any main sewer drain for $90.
That's what I need.
And that's what we do. I'm Luke, and this is my brother Graham. We're the Wright Brothers. The Wright Brothers to get your main drain working again. And we'll do it in one visit for just $90.
Well, now you're just showing off.
Spell it RIGHT. Because when you need things to go right, you should call the Wright Brothers. TheWrightBrothers.com. Make the right call. Call the Wright Brothers.
TriHealth and Beacon Orthopedics have teamed up to create the most comprehensive sports medicine program in the tri-state. You don't have to be a Miami athlete to receive the very best orthopedic care in the region. Now, everyone from high school, college, and pro athletes to fans like us can receive expert orthopedic care for everything from minor injuries to major surgeries. Learn more and schedule an appointment today at TriHealth.com/Beacon. Proud healthcare providers of Miami Athletics.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
Every company has a story that makes them who they are. At Knig Equipment, their story's about family. It started back in 1904 when John Knig realized his vision to start a family business to serve his friends and neighbors. Today, the Knig Equipment team maintains that same vision, offering competitive prices on John Deere equipment, backed by our quality parts and service beyond the sale. Conveniently located in Oxford, Knig's team of experts stands by you and your equipment. Stop by the store or visit KnigEquipment.com today.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying a new car, make sure the AM/FM is simple, clear, and convenient.
Minutes are in the books. This is the Miami Redhawks halftime report, presented by Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and TriHealth. Now back to the booth.
Back in Philadelphia, Miami trailing Tennessee 51-32 at the half. Checking some individual scoring brought to you by LaRosa's in Oxford, proud sponsor of Miami Athletics. For over a decade, for pickup and delivery, try the LaRosa's app or order at LaRosas.com. Well, this game so far is all about Jacoby Gillespie. A very talented point guard for the Volunteers, has 22 points. He has knocked down 5 3-pointers. Bishop Boswell has 3. J.P. Estrella with 8. Felix Akpara has 4 points, 4 likewise for Amari Evans. 3 off the bench for Dwayne Brown II, and 7 for Ethan Berg. For Miami, they're being led at the break by Pete Suitors, 16 points. Luke Skalzik has 4. Brad Powers with 7. Trey Perry with 2. And Omar Atlason with 3. Again, at the break here in Philadelphia, it is Tennessee 51, Miami 32 on a Miami Sports Network. When we return, we'll take a look at a Pepsi scoreboard.
TriHealth and Beacon Orthopedics have teamed up to create the most comprehensive sports medicine program in the tri-state. You don't have to be a Miami athlete to receive the very best orthopedic care in the region. Now, everyone from high school, college, and pro athletes to fans like us can receive expert orthopedic care for everything from minor injuries to major surgeries. Learn more and schedule an appointment today at beaconortho.com/TriHealth. Proud healthcare providers of Miami Athletics.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners, only 30 calories, just 5 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. That great Pepsi taste with even more to love. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. Watch TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC.
It is like electricity flowing through your veins.
Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total non-stop action.
No one can ever be as good as this right here.
Don't miss the action of TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
When you jump on the back of the pole and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PBR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at PBR Indianapolis, presented by Cooper Tires at Cambridge Fieldhouse this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Been in an accident? Get the Tiger on your side. Call Dyer, Garofalo, Mann & Schultz at 937-222-2222.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Let's check in on some scores from around the country. Here's your scoreboard, powered by G&J Pepsi Cola bottlers. Local products, global brands.
Once again, back at Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia. It's Miami trailing Tennessee 51-32. Checking some other scores, 17:51 remaining in the game. It's Villanova by 10 over Utah State, 48-38. Game to start at 6:50. South Region, Clemson and Iowa. Iowa, I should say, will get together. St. John's takes on Northern Iowa. That is in the East Region at 7:10. UCLA and UCF, they get together right here in Philly at 7:25. That's Queens University takes on number 2 seed Purdue in the West Region at 7:35. Prairie View A&M, they face number 1 Florida at approximately 9:30 there in the South Region. Number 13 seed California Baptist. I believe that's their first tournament appearance, and they will take on the number 4 seed Kansas in the East Region. That game's going to start at 9:45. A little bit later on here in Philly, it is going to be Furman taking on UConn. That game scheduled to start at 10 p.m. Missouri and Miami will play at a little bit after 10 o'clock tonight. West Region game there. Final score, Arizona beats Long Island University 92-58. Tennessee State, they were a loser today to Iowa State 108-74. Wright State, where they were in the game with Virginia here in Philadelphia today. It was a great contest. Down under 5 minutes, though, Wright State could not buy a basket. They ended up falling to Virginia 82-73. Alabama, meanwhile, they were a 20-point winner over number 13 seed Hofstra 91-71. Akron goes down to Texas Tech. I thought that would be a much better game right there, but Texas Tech proved to be too much for the Zips today. 91-71 winner there. Kentucky, they got a little bit of a gift. Santa Clara was up by 3. No foul committed by Santa Clara to prevent a 3-point shot from going airborne. Kentucky launched it long distance, able to knock it in, tied the game, went to overtime. and they beat Santa Clara, the number 10 seed, 89-84. Here in Philadelphia, it is Miami trailing Tennessee 51-32. When we return, we'll take a look at your first half stats on a Miami Sports Network driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
Is your car trying to tell you something? When you service your vehicle at Performance Toyota, you'll receive a no-cost vehicle diagnostic test for the first hour, free wheel alignment check, video inspection sent directly to your phone where you can improve work and pay. And we'll even pick up and return your vehicle at no additional charge. With factory-trained technicians and 0% service repair financing available, you'll get more on Route 4 with Performance Toyota in Fairfield. Schedule service at PerformanceToyotaStore.com.
Okay, people, we all know what's at stake in this game. Zoe, what's at stake?
Our futures.
Our futures. And is anything going to keep us from achieving our goal?
No way.
Because what do we have?
The plan.
Ohio's 529 plan. Because in this family, how do we play the college savings game?
Tax-free.
And where do we play it?
I don't know, Daddy.
That's okay, Pumpkin.
Want to win at college savings? Go to collegeadvantage.com/redhawks.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports
Been
Network.
in an accident? Get the Tiger on your side. Call Dyer, Garofalo, Mann, and Schultz at 937-222-2222.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. Watch TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC.
It is like electricity flowing through your veins.
Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total non-stop action.
No one can ever be as good as this right here.
Don't miss the action of TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
When you jump on the back of the pole and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PBR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at PBR Indianapolis, presented by Cooper Tires at Cambridge Fieldhouse this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
While the Redhawks rest, we keep working. It's time for a look back at the first half. Here is today's halftime report, presented by Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and TriHealth.
Halftime here in Philadelphia in NCAA tournament first round game. It's Tennessee 51, Miami 32. Taking a look at these first half stats. Pretty good shooting day so far for the Volunteers. 19 of 35, 54%. They are 8 of 13 from the land of 3, 61% shooting there. And 5 of 6 from the line, 83%. Volunteers have grabbed 19 rebounds, 6 of those on the offensive window. They have 12 assists, 6 turnovers, and 4 steals. For Miami, 11 of 27 from the field, 41% shooting. 28% from the land of 3, 4 of 14. Redhawks have done well at the line, going 6 of 6. Miami not being crushed on the boards. They have 14 rebounds, 3 of those offensively. 5 assists, 9 turnovers, and 2 steals. Points from turnovers, Tennessee's taking advantage of those 9 TOs by the Redhawks as they are outscoring Miami in that category. 17-7 in the paint, big advantage, 20-6. Second chance points, Tennessee 4, Miami with 2. Off the fast break, the Volunteers 13-6 advantage, and from the bench, Tennessee outscoring the Redhawks 14-5. That's a look at your halftime stats. More to come on our halftime show. It's Tennessee leading 51-32 over the Redhawks. We'll return after these words on the Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
Love and honor aren't just words to you. They're the code you live by. And at the Dayton International Airport, we have a code we live by as well, to provide our travelers with an easy to and through travel experience with friendly service, convenient short lines, and affordable parking. Discover hassle-free travel in Dayton. The Dayton International Airport. preferred airport travel partner of Miami University Athletics. Visit flydayton.com to learn more.
Miami fans, what do your Redhawks and the Century 21 team at Thacker & Associates have in common? They are committed to being at their championship best each and every day. That's the kind of team you want in your huddle and the team you want in your corner when you are in the market to buy or sell a home. For all your real estate needs, give Brian Bones Clark a call at 513-601-4853. Century 21, Thacker & Associates, is proud to be the official real estate brokerage of Miami University Athletics.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. Watch TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC.
It is like electricity flowing through your veins.
Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total non-stop action.
No one can ever be as good as this right here.
Don't miss the action of TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
When you jump on the back of the pole and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PBR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at PBR Indianapolis, presented by Cooper Tires at Cambridge Fieldhouse this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Been in an accident? Get the tiger on your side. Call Dyer, Garofalo, Mann, and Schultz at 937-222-2222.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
This is the Miami Redhawks halftime report, presented by Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and TriHealth.
Once again, back in Philadelphia, Miami trailing Tennessee 51-32 as the Redhawks make their way back out on the court. David Saylor along with me, athletic director for the Redhawks, and Miami women going to be in action here, tomorrow?
Tomorrow up in West Virginia, so I'm heading over there to watch the women take on the Mountaineers. But Coach Box has done a fantastic job winning the regular season MAC #1 seed and also the conference tournament championship in Cleveland. So just huge. I'm excited to watch them play. They really have a great brand of basketball, and Coach Box is very, very good with his X's and O's.
And it just seems to me unfair to have to go play on your opposition's home court in the NCAA tournament.
That's the women's setup. The top 16 teams host these little 4-team brackets, if you will, and that's where I was hoping we'd get to a 12 seed, because that meant we would have played not the home team first. We would have played somebody else first. Unfortunately, they split us into a 13, which plays a 4, and they're the hosts. So we got to play that hand we're dealt, and we're going to have to play them in the second game anyway, so let's just knock them out in the first.
Yeah, that would still be on their home court there, as you mentioned.
With nobody there on the second game.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what would happen. So
exactly
if we could beat them in the first, it'd be a huge advantage.
So, and they've had a fantastic year. I mean, it has been, when I look at the Miami women's team, and you look at one stat, they give up right around 58 points a game.
Yeah.
And that's getting it done. And sometimes that offense leaves you. Case in point right here tonight, kind of left Miami. You've got to be able to shut the opposition down until you can get things rolling again.
We had 2 players that were on the MAC all-defensive team.
There you go.
Top 5 in the league, and we should have had another one. One of our other guards, who is an elite defender, did not get on that all-defensive team. So in my mind, we have 3 of the top 5 defenders in the league, and so we can shut you down, and that's all our guard play. And then we've got two big bigs down low that can kind of cause havoc. So, we'll see. West Virginia doesn't shoot the 3 very well. They kind of go at the basket. And I think our guards are going to give them a hard time, and it'll be interesting to see how. Apparently, the game is sold out. They've got like 12,000 tickets out for West Virginia, so we're going to be walking into a hornet's nest, that's for sure.
That's all I'm saying, man. You're walking in there. Yeah. But, if there's any team that can walk in there and get it done, it is Glenn Box's.
Well, like you said, defense carries, right?
It does.
And doesn't matter what's going on. We'll be able to hold our own, I think. So I'm excited to see it. Just like I'm excited to see what Miami basketball brings here in the second half. I'm sure they took a little longer coming out than normal. So obviously Travis was having some heart-to-heart discussions here about what this is going to look like. I didn't anticipate a half with Ian Elmer with no points, and
that's
and I mean Luke Owen's got a couple buckets. It's just Brant's only got a couple, so it's just we got to pick it up here offensively, get going, and try to shut down Gillespie because man, he's really controlled the whole game.
Yeah, Brant Byers 2 of 6 from the field. Ian Elmer's 0 of 3, and all 3 of his shots have come from long distance. Gillespie, if you take away Gillespie now, this is a fair fight.
He's the difference. There's no question. He's playing out of his mind today. I know he's a good player. I'm sure he doesn't score that many points. He also has 4 assists. I mean, so you think about what he's meant to the Tennessee team in the first half. He's elite today, and I'm not sure he's been this good all year. Because the kid that I kept hearing about was an NBA player, number 10. He hasn't scored.
Yeah, Mint.
So Gillespie's really picked up the slack. He's carrying everybody with him.
Well, when you look at Gillespie, now his season high, it was versus Texas back on January 6th. He had 34 in that game.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, coming off of a 21-point effort against Vandy in their loss in the SEC tournament. But if you look at his stats throughout the year, I believe there was only one game where he was held in the single digits.
Yeah, I can see why. I mean, he really controls a lot of things, and they do a great job setting picks for him, and he does a good a job as anyone I've seen this year at running off those picks. He makes sure to get close enough to the body to make it effective, whereas other guys sometimes drift around there. He really cuts sharp around the pick, and he's tough to guard.
He and Pete Suter just had not words. They were smiling at each other, talking to each other coming out of the floor. I'm sure Pete said, man, you had one heck of a first half.
Yeah.
Yep. Tennessee opens up with the ball, and they have a big lead right now. 19 points. Working it right side is Boswell. Now he works to the free throw line, kicks it back out to the left side of Mint. They'll go inside. They try to go high-low, and it's going to be Will Folk with the pick. Down it goes to Elmer, and he dribbled it off his knee and out of bounds.
Just not his day so far. He just needs something to get going. You can feel it. He's one of those streaky players.
Oh, boy. Turnover for the Redhawks. That's number 10. Gillespie working to the left. He had to give it up. Suter cut him off. Now Mint has it straight away. Picks up the bounce. Goes to Gillespie. Now to Mint into the left corner. Back to Mint. Miami's in a man-to-man defense. There's a hedge by Byers. And Mint crosses over. He gets into the lane. They're going to call a foul on Pete Suter. That's a touch foul. Compared to what was going on in the first half.
Exactly.
And that's going to be Pete's third. A little bit of a cheap call there by the official. In fact, very cheap. Estrella, right corner of Mint. Now out to Gillespie. Gillespie right back to a Mint on the right wing, and he loses a basketball. Suter has it. Miami back the other way. Pete coming down the paint, and they're going to call him. I think they're going to get Gillespie for a foul. I thought maybe they were going to get or call Suter for traveling, but it's going to be a foul on.
He gets 2 shots on that, too. That's Gillespie's second.
That's his second.
Let's hope he picks up a couple more here.
Well, Suter is 4 for 4 from the line. He has 16 points. In that first half, has a couple of them coming here, and he's now 5 for 5. 51-33. Well, the thing of it is, when you look at that deficit, at that 10-minute mark, if you can have it at that 10-point deficit, trying to cut them in half, that would roll out on him.
I agree. I think that's the goal here for Travis, is to win these next 2 4-minute segments and get this thing under 10.
18:45 remaining. 51-33 Tennessee. They're back with the ball. The men had it. Inside, and the freshman He lobs it, nearly threw it away again. That's about 3 in a row here for Amit, but he now goes baseline. Picked up his dribble, got away with a travel out to Akbar. Estrella, short jumper, good. 10 points in the game for Estrella. Should have been a turnover there by Tennessee. 53-33. Ball knocked away from Woolfolk. Retrieved by Suter. Now to Skaljic. On him is Gillespie. Skaljic works to the right, picks up the bounce, now gets it off the Suter. We're at 10 on the shot clock. He started to rise for the three, gave it off to Elmer. Ian's going to have to shoot a long one, and that's an air ball. 5th one of the day for Miami.
You just can't get that deep in the shot clock that far away from the basket. They're out contesting everything.
20-point advantage for Tennessee.
And I'll tell you, Luke is really grabbing at his wrist. I think it's giving him a hard time.
Well, Tennessee has done a nice job in defending Miami here today. Pushing everything outside. Inside to Estrella. Got away with a push. Shot put up. It is no good. Rebounded out by Elmer. Miami back on the attack. It's going to be Skaljic. What was that right there?
That's a foul. It's got to be.
Skaljic was hit. No call by the official. Elmer rises for a two-pointer. Shot no good. Suter got the board. His three is off the mark. Rebounded backside by Gillespie. I mean, he had a couple of good looks at it right there. Could not knock it in. Gillespie nearly lost the ball. Went to a mint. Now right back to Gillespie. Gets into the lane, and he had it stripped away from him. Skaljic has it coming down the paint. Lays it off. No. Ian Elmer can't handle the pass.
One of those days for Ian.
Oh, boy. This has been tough here. 53-33. Miami down by 20. 16:40 remaining. Gillespie started to rise for a three. He gave it up to Amit. Into the right corner. It was into the hands of Boswell briefly. Coming down the paint is Gillespie and had his shot rejected. Out of bounds by Woolfolk.
Yeah, good defense there by Antoine. He anticipated the drive and took care of it.
Shocked there wasn't a foul called right there on Woolfolk the way things have been going.
Yeah, no doubt.
16:27 remaining. Playmaker is Boswell. Got it into the right corner. That one hit off the side of the backboard.
The shot clock didn't even run.
Shot clock didn't even start. You're right. They're going to call that a shot clock violation. Gillespie, that's his worst shot of the day. Took the pass inbounds and took the three and knocked it off the side of the backboard.
I think he knew he had to get it up, and he just got kind of stuck in the corner.
Yeah, Peter get rid of it quick, didn't he?
Peter contested it well. Good defense.
Miami down 20, 53-33. Still time to try and cut into this lead. Miami has to start knocking down some shots here. It's going to be Skaljic. Takes the hand off, or actually got it to Woolfolk. Here's Elmer. Can he knock a shot in? No, it's an air ball.
Man,
And he's going to commit a foul. That's going to be his first. Ian was fantastic on Wednesday night.
Yeah, he scored 24 points in 22 minutes the other night.
6 of 9 from 3 and just really got it going. But, boy, today has been a mighty, mighty struggle.
And all year, he's been my favorite player. He's really the glue to this team. And he just needs something to get him going, and we can make a run. But
he's had a couple of opportunities here where Tennessee has turned it over.
Yes.
Just not able to cash in on this TOs. Gillespie working around the screen. He works into the paint. There's the lob. There's the dunk. Boy, it's nice to have the luxury of that. If you're a guard, you get into the lane, you just lay it off.
Yeah, Gillespie just controls everything.
Yes, he does. Everything runs through him. Woolfolk right side. Now to Skaljic. He'll kick it back out to Antoine. His three is up and good. First points in the game for Antoine Woolfolk.
SMU game, he shot 2 air balls and he hit that one. Tonight, guys that hit him are shooting air balls. It's a strange night.
11 of 35 coming in from the land of 3. Off it goes to Gillespie. Kicks it back out front to Estrella.
Peter's got to be careful not to get that fourth here.
Evans back into the game, had it momentarily. They kick it out to him. They will go back down inside, and that's going to be a walk. Another turnover for Tennessee. That's 11 on the afternoon. Got a break in the action here at Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia. Back after these words on a Miami Sports Network driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
CJM Construction is dedicated to quality construction, remodeling, and renovations with contractors you can rely on. We're a family-owned company located in Richmond, Indiana, servicing residential and commercial clients surrounding Miami University, including Indiana and Ohio. We take pride in working side by side with our customers to turn visions and ideas into reality. For more information, visit CJM Construction online at cjm-construction.com. CJM Construction, proud partners of Miami University Athletics.
Hey, Red Hawk fans. Coach Steele here. On game day or tax day, you need a solid game plan. Red Brick Tax and Accounting, founded by a proud Miami alum, is the official small business tax and accounting partner of Miami Athletics. Helping small business owners from bookkeeping to taxes, they make it easy to stay compliant, confident, and focused on building your business brick by brick. Team up with Red Brick Tax and Accounting and score your financial peace of mind at redbricktax.com.
Back at Philadelphia, it's Miami trailing Tennessee 55-36. I'm Terry Bridge. Matt Stokes is in the studios today, and glad to have you along with us, folks. And David Saylor sitting here courtside with me, Miami Athletic Director. Miami University Athletics would like to thank Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and TriHealth, Miami Athletics' exclusive provider for sports medicine and rehabilitation services, the region's most comprehensive sports medicine program partners. And hey, fans, join us for all Miami men's basketball postseason games at Left Field Tavern in Oxford and the Liberty Collection in Liberty Township as an official watch party location. Go Red Hawks. Tennessee's turned it over a little bit here in this second half. Miami's not been able to cash in. But the Red Hawks trying to hang in there, down 19 points. And we talked about this a little bit earlier. Just got to kind of scratch and crawl your way back into this thing. Try and get it around that 10, 11-point deficit, maybe around the 8 or 9 minute mark remaining.
That's right.
Justin Kirby checking in for the Red Hawks. Trey Perry out there also. So you have a couple of freshmen, 2 sophomores on the floor. Woolfolk comes back out. He's a senior. Kirby off to Woolfolk. Kicks it back out. Justin's going to shoot a 3. He can't knock it in. Woolfolk got the rebound. Out to Kirby. Justin comes down the paint, puts it high off the glass. No good. That shot was, he had to get that over Okpara, and that was tough to do. Gillespie keeping his dribble, did not use the screen. Now he has Byers on him. He fires a 3, and it's in. That's contested, and that is a long, long way. It's his 6th one of the night. Now it's going to be Skaljic shooting a 3-pointer. That's going to be well short.
Even that was a contested 3.
58-36, Tennessee. Here's Gillespie. He's going to try another one, but that one's even longer, but it's rebounded underneath, and a foul I think is going to go on Brant Byers. That is Okpara. I check that Brown with the rebound. Three team fouls now on Miami. Tennessee ball. They lead it 58-36. Boswell Picks up the bounce, goes down inside to Brown. And skip pass now across the way into the left corner. Shot put up, no good. And it seems like to me that's over the back right there by Akbaro, but it's going to belong to Miami. Armar Atlason has checked back in.
Yeah, I think that's one of those plays where it might have actually been off us, but I think the referee didn't call the foul, so he just gave it to us. But if it's a foul, call it.
Perry off to Atlason. Trey trying to work his way into the paint, kicks it back out to Kirby. Now to Atlason. Off it goes to Byers. He drives, he puts it off the window, couldn't get it to fall in. That is boarded out of there by Akpara. Tennessee back on the attack. It is physical underneath the basket, and there is a rare miss. Actually, that was Boswell shooting it, and now Gillespie in the official. Gillespie tried to intercept that pass, and the official got it.
Yeah, he sure did, didn't he?
They call a foul there?
No, they're trying to reset the shot clock to 20.
Reset at 58-36. Miami down.
There was actually a lot more on the clock when that happened, so I'm not quite sure why they did it to 20, but whatever.
Perry with it out front, being guarded by Gillespie. Worked around a screen to the right side. Now picks up the bounce. Back to Trey. And Trey will get inside and have to kick it back out. Brown was there, the big dude, and a shot clock violation for the Redhawks. Boy, this Tennessee, Miami's a great offensive team. But Tennessee has really D'd up on them here today.
Suffocating.
Yes,
that's the word.
It's suffocating. You're exactly right. Gillespie to Boswell. Back to Gillespie. Oh, my goodness, he passed up to three. But he's going to get an assist as Dwayne Brown gets his 5th point of the game and slams another one home. 60-36. Suter picked up the bounce, comes to Byers, left side. Miami can't get a shot off right now.
Look how deep we are again.
Perry, crossover dribble, Euro step, put it up with the left hand, and again cannot knock it in. Had a good look at it there on the layup. Tennessee back the other way, and being fouled was Gillespie. Or check that. Let's see who they got there. That is going to be Boswell. He's going to be shooting 2. But not before we take a timeout. In this one here in Philadelphia, it's all Tennessee as they lead Miami 60-36. We'll return after these words on the Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
E&H Ace Hardware is a proud sponsor of Miami University Athletics. With brands like Craftsman, Benjamin Moore, Scott's, and many more, we have everything you need for your home projects, big, small, and everything in between. Locally operated and family-owned, E&H Ace Hardware is proudly invested in the Oxford and Miami University community. Discover everything you need for your home and garden at E&H Ace Hardware, 300 South College Avenue in Oxford. Best of luck to all the Redhawk athletes this season.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
President Trump has shown you are safer when strong leaders stand with law enforcement. That's why, as governor, Vivek Ramaswamy will partner with police to uphold our laws, keep dangerous criminals behind bars, and protect your family. Law enforcement knows Vivek has their back. That's why 65 Ohio sheriffs endorsed him, including Sheriff Stephen Lavornchek.
Safe streets don't just happen. They happen when criminals know tough leaders are in charge. Ohio law enforcement supports Vivek Ramaswamy because, like President Trump, Vivek supports us. Vivek will empower police to arrest violent criminals quickly and decisively, putting trained resource officers in every school and restoring law and order statewide, so our families feel secure in our homes and communities. Vivek's proudly endorsed by President Trump and Ohio law enforcement. Join us in supporting Vivek Ramaswamy.
Lower costs, bigger paychecks, better schools. Vivek Ramaswamy for governor.
Paid for by Vivek Ramaswamy and Rob McCauley for Ohio.
Back at Philadelphia, it is Tennessee 60 and Miami 36. And folks, you know that Pepsi is refreshing. But did you know the Pepsi you buy in Ohio is a local product? G&J Pepsi brings you products Ohio bottled, from Pepsi to Mountain Dew and everything in between. There is something for everyone for every occasion. G&J Pepsi, local products and global brands. Redhawks on the day from the land of three. They are 5 of 20. And 32% overall from the field now, 12 of 37. While the Volunteers are 23 of 45, 51% there, 53% from long range at 9 of 17. Rebounding, Miami starting to get a little hammered there. Volunteers have 11 rebound advantage at 30-19. As far as turnovers, game's just about even there. Miami with 12 and Tennessee with 11. It's going to be Bishop Boswell, 68% free throw shooter at the line. He has 3 points in the game. Knocked down a three-pointer in the first half, and he crawls one in. 4 points for him.
So even when their shots don't look good, they somehow bounce around the rim and go in. It's just one of those days.
Tennessee 22-11 overall. They finished up 11-7 in the Southeastern Conference. Boswell sets himself. Next one is up, and it is good. 5 points for him. 62-36. See coming with a little bit of pressure here. Elmer will lay it off now to Skaljic, who walked across the timeline. Now to Suter on the right wing. Free throw line extended. Fire started to take the three. Couldn't get the shot off. Off it goes to Atlason. Allmark. Off to Elmer. Ian. Driving to the basket, to the baseline. Cut off. Kicks it back out front. Suter goes around the screen. On him is Berg. Suter fall away three. Count that one. Tough shot.
It was a tough shot. Even finally get one to go. It was still a difficult one.
62-39. Tennessee's lead. 11:05 remaining. Berg working around the screen of Brown. They lay it right back to Brown. And he goes up. And they're going to say that he traveled. Oh, man. Miami caught a break right there. Rick Barnes is not happy about it across the way.
That might be the first call this official down here has given us all day.
Yeah, that basket was good, and I thought they were calling a foul. 10:50 remaining. Suter again driving to the basket, and he is fouled by Boswell.
I'm going to tell you what. Peter has really brought his game today. I mean, it is impressive the way he is carrying Miami. He's got 20 points.
Yeah, he has been really the only one. Miami has 2 field goals in the second half.
Almost halfway through.
Suter's free throw up and good.
He is a warrior.
He is. And you guess I guess he would get a chance to play basketball overseas. Hope so for him.
If he wants to.
If that's right. If he chooses to, I think there would be a place for him.
Yes.
62-41. Miami coming down with full court pressure. Boswell back to Berg, who brought it across the 10-second line. Berg works right side to Boswell. Swing it back around to the left. Evans has it now. And it's into the hands of Boswell. He got into the lane and it's taken away by Byers. Byers off to Skaljic. Here come Miami on the attack. Brant passed up a three. Goes to Skaljic, right side. Luke will try and drive down into the paint. He kicks it back out. Suter has it. 12 on the shot clock. Pete keeps the ball. He will.
There's a foul.
And that's going to be a foul call across the way. Pete tried to throw it into the corner to Elmer. It was wide of him and sailing into the stands. They're going to call a foul on Boswell. Is that his fourth? It is his fourth foul. And on Tennessee as a team here in the second half, I actually only have 2. I think that's a third. Perry to Suter. Works against Berg, and he's going to be called whistled for a foul. That's going to be 2 more coming up for Pete Suter.
Peter's exhausted.
Ethan Berg picks up his second.
See if he can take some deep breaths here. That gives him a little time to catch his breath and knock these in.
62-41. 62-42. Miami down with 9:54 remaining. Next one up, and likewise, it's good.
Peter with 24 of our 43 points.
He's been great, no question about it. Gillespie, it pushed out of bounds, and Byers comes up with a loose basketball, count the basket down here at the other end.
Here we go.
Miami got a turnover. Ooh, it's 9 in the game now for Brant Byers, and it's 62-45. Miami down by 17. Gillespie working to the right. Little stutter step, lays it off inside. There's a slam.
Boy, every time they need a bucket, Gillespie can deliver it, whether it's his hitting a 3 or a pass.
He's going to draw the defense to you. That's exactly what he does. You have to offer help. Suter working along the baseline to Estrella. Kicks it out. Atlin's going to launch a long 3. It went down and came out. Hit the backboard. And in front of the rim, I actually thought he was going to bank that in.
Looked like it for a second.
64-45. Red Hawks down. 8:52 remaining. Antoine Woolfolk's up off the Miami bench at the scorer's table, set to check in at the next dead ball. Berg out front. On him is Atlason. Down to Gillespie. Lob it down underneath. Foul on Suter.
And that's his
fourth.
fourth.
Be his fourth. Yep. That's on the floor, I think. Pete's arguing, saying that was not during the shot. Justin Kirby. Antoine Woolfolk in. Pete Suter's going to walk over to the Miami bench, take a seat. Almar Atlason out of the game. 8:39 remaining. Miami down 64-45. Gillespie, a 3 is up. No good. Rebound out by Woolfolk. Nearly lost the basketball as he crossed the 10-second line. Maintains his bounce. And picks it up. Off he goes to Perry. Now, see, that's a foul right there. And it's not called. Byers 3, barely drew iron. Up underneath, though, is Kirby hustling. And he gets his first 2 points of the game. Got the stick back there with the left hand.
Just got to string some stops together.
64-47. Red Hawks down with an even 8 minutes remaining. Gillespie working to the left. This is Estrella who got it on a mid-post feed. Back out to Gillespie. 3 is up and it's no good. Ball tapped around, up and in. That is by Amari Evans. That's where that link going down underneath is just tough to deal with. I think Perry is going to go to the line to shoot here. A little bit of a hold right there on Estrella. I think that was on Estrella. That's going to be his first. And that is the 15th foul called against Tennessee. We have 7:41 remaining in the game. Tennessee 66. Miami 47. We'll return after these words on the Miami Sports Network, driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
Every company has a story that makes them who they are. At Knig Equipment, their story's about family. It started back in 1904 when John Knig realized his vision to start a family business to serve his friends and neighbors. Today, the Knig Equipment team maintains that same vision, offering competitive prices on John Deere equipment, backed by our quality parts and service beyond the sale. Conveniently located in Oxford, Knig's team of experts stands by you and your equipment. Stop by the store or visit KnigEquipment.com today.
Raise the roof, Red Hawks fans. Here at Reputable Roofing and Remodeling, we provide honest and transparent transparent pricing with quality workmanship. We pride ourselves on the satisfaction of our customers. As proud supporters of Miami Athletics, we bring the same dedication to your home as we do to our hometown team. We're not just building roofs, we're building community too. If you're in need of roofing, remodeling, or any other home repair services, contact Reputable Roofing at 513-450-1197. The name you can trust.
This is Miami Redhawks head coach Chuck Martin. One of the premier event facilities in Southwest Ohio is Courtyard by Marriott in Hamilton. With over 7,000 square feet of flexible meeting and banquet space for up to 300 people, along with 120 sleeping rooms, the Courtyard in Hamilton is perfect for wedding receptions, social events, business meetings, or a team getting ready for a big game. Find out more at courtyardhamiltonohio.com or call 513-896-6200. The Courtyard by Marriott Hamilton.
(66-47) Tennessee on top of the Miami Redhawks. And David Saylor, I guess there's still a little time to try and get some things done here, but they're running out of it. 7:41 remaining, and got to get some stops. You got to knock down shots. Just almost have to be perfect down here at the offensive end.
Yeah, and we've seen all year where every game Miami hits a stretch where they just get hot, right? And we just go on a run, and we just kind of put dagger into people. And today it just hasn't happened. Tennessee just won't let it happen. And Travis is running out of time to kind of put the pieces together to figure out how to make one of those patented runs here. We got to do it now. It's now or never.
24 in a game for Pete Suter, and he is the only Miami player in double figures. Ian Elmer is yet to score.
Yeah, and one of the things we pride ourselves on is we have 6 or 7 players that average double figures, and we have some that aren't even close to getting to that right now. So it's got to pick up here. And Peter has 4 fouls. So,
and he is not in the game. Woolfolk has it. One bounce goes right side. Gives it off to Perry. They'll run a little backdoor cut to Woolfolk. Has to kick it back out. Can Ian get a point? Nope. Missed a 3.
I feel bad for him.
Yep. It's been a tough day for him, no question. I think it's that length of having to shoot over top of Tennessee.
It's definitely a part of it.
We mentioned before it's been a suffocating defense by the Volunteers. Gillespie works down into the lane, puts it up with the left hand, and good. Haven't watched him do that very often today.
Yeah.
Get into the lane. 27 in the game for Gillespie of Tennessee. Perry keeps the bounce, works down into the lane. Hey, how about that? Trey Perry, the freshman, working against the senior Gillespie. Got it.
Well, you can just see how explosive Trey is when he goes to the basket. He can really explode off of 2 feet and go at the rim.
Going to be a good player. Ceiling very high with him. He has gotten better with each timeout. Gillespie looks left side, and he fires a 3. I'm surprised that did not go in. Off balance 3, falling out of bounds. He got fouled. That was Byers that got a pretty good piece of him.
That's his 4th as well. They're in the bonus from here on out.
That's the 6th team foul called against the Redhawks. Playmaker Berg got it into Gillespie, now to Akpura. Right back to Gillespie, works with the left hand to the baseline, off the window and in. Man, he is patient. He really is. Finds his openings. Perry in the lane, and he is short on the 8-footer. Had a great look at it. Got into the paint. Just could not knock it in. 70-49, Tennessee leading Miami with 5:43 remaining, and that's going to be illegal screen set there by Estrella. Going to be his second.
That's been happening all game. They suddenly called it here.
6th team foul. against the Volunteers. Tennessee coming with full court pressure, and now Miami gets it into Elmer. He brought it across the timeline to the left side. Free throw line extended. Exchange there to Woolfolk, and Antoine gets down into the paint and reach in from behind. That foul's going to go against Gillespie, his third. Excuse me. Team 7th.
That's the kind of move I felt like we needed to see earlier in the first half. Just an aggressive move to the basket. You're either going to make it or get fouled, and put some doubt in their mind, that you can go in and do that.
Antoine too strong off the back of the rim. He only has 3 points in the game.
Yeah.
Justin Kirby out, Pete Suter in. Not sure we're going to see Luke Scouts. Both of them way too strong off the back of the rim for Woolfolk. Not sure we're going to see Luke Scouts any more today. Maybe. He's been playing with that right wrist injury. Gillespie laying it off underneath. Estrella's going to be hit by Woolfolk. That's Antoine's third, and Estrella will head to the charity stripe. He is a redshirt sophomore, 6'11", 240 pounds. .67% free throw shooter. He's 2 for 2 today. And he rattles one up there, and it comes out. Nothing can take away from the Miami Redhawks what they did this season. Nothing.
Legendary season.
Absolutely. It's in the history books.
Yep.
70-49. Or in the record book, I should say. Suter coming down the lane. Nope. Did not lose it. Boy, what a recovery by Tennessee. 3 ball put up. Elmer with the rebound. And he's going to get his first 2 points. Nice hustle by Ian. 70-51. Redhawks not giving up. Gillespie got it across the line. He will pass it over to Berg. Right back to Gillespie. Gillespie being guarded by Perry. Inside it goes to Estrella. All over him is Suter. Puts it off the rim. No good. Estrella got the tap in, though, on the follow. It's hard to deal with that length inside. Perry trying to drive. One behind the back. Kicks it back out to Byers. Brandt on out to Suter. 13 on the shot clock. Pete trying to get the advantage. He fires a 3, and he knocks it in. 27 in the game for Pete Suter. It looked like Gillespie on that one, rising in that first half, the way he was able to knock it down. But Pete's had a heck of a game. Down inside to go. Miami pressing. And when you do that, sometimes it gets a little open down under the rim.
A little loose on the back end.
Yes. Perry, shot no good. Rebound Elmer. 3 put up and missed by Byers. And Tennessee will get the rebound. 3:13 remaining. 20-point advantage for Tennessee. They're going to face Virginia on Sunday. Off to Gillespie. His 3 is up, and it went down, and it came out no good. Unbelievable that he missed one today. And that one looked good when it left his hand. 2:55 remaining. We'll take our final timeout. Tennessee 74, Miami 54. We'll return to Philadelphia after this on the Miami Sports Network. Driven by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love, with no artificial sweeteners, only 30 calories, just 5 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. That great Pepsi taste with even more to love. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
There's more Miami basketball next after this from your local stations. From Van Wagner, this is the Miami Sports Network.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-224-5353. That's 800-224-5353. Again, that's 800-224-5353.
74-54 game. Tennessee on top of the Miami Redhawks with 2:55 remaining. And folks, before you get sidelined with an injury, make sure you consult an athletic trainer who specializes in the prevention, assessment, treatment, and rehabilitation of injuries and illnesses. Athletic trainers are essential to healthcare. Reminder from the Miami University Wellness Services Department and the National Athletic Trainers Association, NATA.org, during National Athletic Training Month. I want to send out a thank you to the young lady sitting to my left, Jessica Ravenius. She is Vice President of Marketing at Miami. Thank you. You made the broadcast because we have your stats here in front of us. We thank you for that. All right. Thank you very much. I thought we were in trouble with no stats there, David. But, you know, the NCAA not running stats. They did in Dayton.
Only for TV tonight. So strange,
right.
But Jessica...
And they made it clear to us, only for TV.
Jessica stepped in for us.
Yes, she did. Thank you so much. Tennessee up by 20 points. Gillespie working to the left, picked up the bounce, and he will lay it down inside. That is Akpara with an easy turnaround. That is good.
I mean, they say this about really good players, right? The game looks slow for them. Everything slows down, and that's what Gillespie. He's always under control. He always knows what he's doing. Looks like 13 is hurt for Tennessee, which I would wonder why they're all in the game right now.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
They got to play again on Sunday.
They don't play a lot of people, though.
It's true.
You know, they... Looking at their minutes played just the other day, and basically around 7, maybe 8 of them. Off it goes to Byers. Can't get the three off. He gets into the lane. Little spin move. Fall away is no good. Boy, a lot of shots altered today, but
they contest everything.
Yes.
I mean, they get their hand up, straight up, and they're right in your face.
Great defensive team, no doubt about it.
You know, this game is so much about matchups, and
it is.
And this one is a tougher matchup for Miami, no question, the way that they play defense.
I don't know how Virginia will match up with these guys. I don't think they do.
I would have much rather played Virginia today after what I saw versus what Tennessee looks like.
Gillespie lost a handle on it, picked up by Elmer. Skaljic looking for Ian, started to take the three, pass it up, little give and go, and Ian on an easy lay-in.
That's the kind of offensive set we just didn't see in the first half.
Exactly. Minute and a half remaining. Miami down 76-56. Rick Barnes and the Volunteers will, as we mentioned, they're going to advance on to Sunday's game against Virginia. And there's another lob underneath and a dunk Okpara now with 10 in the game. And I think that's about his fourth dunk. There's Suter rising for a three, and it's going to be no good off to the left of the rim. Under a minute. And Rick Barnes is going to try and get some players on the floor here, I think.
And let's just take a moment here to talk about Antoine and Peter as seniors, what they've given to this program and all that they've done to elevate it to where it is today.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Rick Barnes just wanted to sub, that was it, but we're kind of trying to take the timeout. We seem to want the timeout, so. And I also want to give, Luke's playing basically with an injury and a cast on his hand. It's going to need some attention when the season's over, but he's out here and he never complained. He just gave it everything he had, and
he's a winner.
He is, and Ian's battled. The whole team, just so proud of them. Brant, everybody. It's just, it's been an amazing season.
Tennessee takes it out of bounds. Going to be Berg going over to the left. On top of the circle. And nearly stolen away by Woolfolk. Right corner. Now back to Evans. 7 on the shot clock. Evans driving to the rim. Shot is no good. Rebounded out by Byers. Off it goes to Suter. To Elmer. Long range three. No. Knocked out of bounds off Miami. You're right, though. And Woolfolk, Suter, tough to replace those guys.
Yeah, no, they've been fantastic. Yofan, yeah.
Eli just as big a part of this team as everybody else, because if you ever went to practice or watch him run the scout team, he made it tough on people.
But there's still a lot to be excited about from Miami's program in terms of where it's the trajectory that it's on and where it's going.
No question about it. The Redhawks lose this one to Tennessee, 78-56. And Miami Athletics would like to thank Adidas, official supplier and outfitter for the Miami Redhawks. And folks, enjoy Oxford. Beautiful campus, amazing community, and locally owned businesses. What's not to enjoy? Visit enjoyoxford.org to plan your next trip. Stay with us. Our Redhawks wrap-up post-game show next on a Miami Sports Network.